What's going on, traders? It's your boy Matt, back at you again with another trading recap video. You guys already know the drill. I am up $2,165 in today's trading session, which is pretty good. You guys already know my daily goal. I want to come to the market, avoid the bullshit, trade the setups that I'm familiar with, make $1,000 a day and walk away. But today, I made that $1,000 double plus more, which is pretty good. Always happy to take more money. Now, my main focus in today's trading session was to focus on risk management. We already know that end of the year there's high volatility. We're going to see a lot of crazy moves from $2 to $30, 1,000% gains, 2,000% gains, and that's exactly what happened today. And I managed to avoid those traps, those really bad trades where you could lose half of your account or all of your account. And I focused on, the low-hanging fruits and the easy-to-trade setups that I'm very familiar with. And that's precisely why I am up on today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and now enjoy the actual explanation and the live trading footage. Thanks, guys. All right, traders, let's talk about today's trading session. As you guys can see right here, I am up $2,085 on the day. Which is pretty good. That's me hitting my daily goal. I come to the market, I take my $1,000, $2,000 per day gain and walk away. But today was a very kind of difficult trading day. One of the guys that I closely traded with in my chat room kind of blow up small account, and that kind of got me thinking. There's some great lessons from today, and I really want to emphasize on risk management. This thing is not a gamble. When things are going sideways, you need to put a max loss to prevent you from losing everything. And that max loss rule is precisely put for that, to stop you losing everything, right? You can have that as in half of your account, or for me, my max loss per day is $2,000. If I'm down $2,000, I walk away. You need to be able to set that kind of number in mind so you don't lose everything that you have in your account. Anyway, I'm up $2,000. Let's just go through some of the trades that I took and then talk about them. The first one is ALWP. This one is a very interesting trade. As you guys can see, it went parabolic from $3 all the way to $4.60. I kind of waited for the backside, shorted in that, covered in that, shorted, covered, and then shorted, added, and got out there. So I think out of that trade, I probably made about 120 bucks or something like that. So not much. The next one that I traded, we're going to be talking about, was AQMS. AQMS, I traded this pre-market. I saw this parabolic move. So the price action usually works like a spring. You pull it to one side and it kind of pulls itself to the other. So if something goes dramatically up, it kind of would have a little bit of pullback. And if something gets a dramatic pullback, it would have some sort of bounce. So I was seeing that. As you guys can see, right here is actually a really good short entry point. Boom, right there. I shorted, covered into that, added, got out of there. So not much. I made about maybe 100 bucks out of that trade. I got it twice. The next one that I traded was FLUX. So all of these trades are not the major trades today. They're small trades that I took. This one here was actually a really, really good setup, really good trade. From 20 bucks area, I came all the way to $15. I mean, and my entry point was right here. I started here at 1917 area, added here at 2050, and then I covered it here. I got out pretty. I didn't make a lot of money on it. Obviously, I made 50 bucks from it, but I could have made a lot. I could have made 500-600 bucks in this particular trade, but I wasn't patient enough. That's something I need to improve. The next one I'm going to be talking about was GRNQ. This was the next trade that I took. This one was a pre-market trade. It went parabolic, shorted that, added into this, short, a little bit cover, and then as it's dropping market open, I covered. I was short in the pops and covering the bottoms, as you guys can see right here. So that was all for that trade. I think I made probably about 300-400 bucks out of that particular trade. The next one we will be talking about is LOACW. Now, LOACW was, again, as I guys told you guys before, this is the warrant. So if it has a W at the end, it's the warrant. The actual stock was this one here, without the W, LOAC. So this thing went parabolic, as you guys can see, from $13 all the way to 20 bucks. I didn't trade this. What I did was I waited for the warrants, and when that thing went to downside hold, I shorted the warrants. Shorted this whole area, and I covered there. I shorted and covered there. So I made probably about 400 bucks out of this particular trade, and that was it. And I left it alone. It did go lower, but I didn't hold that long. The next trade that I took, actually the majority of the trade that I took today, was MARPS. MARPS. Now let's talk about what happened with this. Alright, so this is a major trade for me today. As you guys can see, I actually went in and out a lot. So it went parabolic into hold from $2 area, went all the way to 6. Shorted that. I was covering as it was dropping, but I was shorting the pops, covering every time it pops, short the pops, cover the bottoms. So you gotta cover the dips, because if you didn't cover the dips into this pop, you get shaken out, right? So what I did was I short the pops, and then it drops, I cover. Short the pops, cover. And then I was completely out by then, and then I shorted here, added into that, covered it here. I took a little bit of loss right there, and then I waited because it felt like they were supporting it and they were popping it. I waited, shorted there, covered a little bit, added, covered, and then I completely got out into this. So yeah, so that was the majority of where the money came from. The next trade we're going to be talking about was TOTA. Now TOTA, the same thing, from $12, a major parabolic move. From $12, it went all the way to 17. Shorted the backside, covered a little bit, added again there, shorted again, and then I covered here, and that was the trade. I should have held a lot longer because this thing came all the way to $12, and my first entry point was 16, so that's a $4 per share profit. I only made about $220 out of 220 bucks out of this particular trade. But let's talk about some of the major movers today. One of them was ACY. This is where one of my friend blew up on. So basically what happened with this thing was, it was a pre-market gapper. It went from $2 all the way to $7. But remember, this thing had 1 million float. So it's a very low floater. It popped into this, it dropped, but it held this level. As you guys can see, it held this level. And then it popped it over the high. Now the area where you should have been, if you got into this, if you shorted this area, just over the high, right? So halted, let's say you shorted this thing. If you short it here, and if it doesn't go down, you gotta get out. The combination with this being low float, knowing that short sellers would have shorted it into this, and now they're trapped into that, right? All that information, and buyers would come here and buy it up as well. All of that, when you combine all of that, it's a recipe for disaster, right? So if you're shorting here, if you're wrong about it, if it doesn't drop immediately, you gotta get out. And it didn't. It dropped, kept going higher to the 20, all the way to $38, from $2 to $38. And how do you know this is manipulated? This is manipulated because halfway through the hold, the SEC paused the trading, and they said, look, we don't know the reason why this is going up. Obviously, someone is manipulating and going higher. So we're going to go and ask the company, why is the stock going up? Right? Do you guys have news? Do you guys have a new product that's released? Why is the price going higher and higher and higher like crazy? And the company said, we don't know. We don't know why the price is going higher. They have no idea why it's going higher. So it took them a long time to figure that out. I mean, about maybe 3 or 4 hours, and then it dropped. As soon as it opened, it dropped. Because now everybody knows there's no reason for this thing to go up. As soon as it opened out of the hold, they dropped it. Right now it's at it's at $11, and it went all the way to $38, 40 bucks. So the trade with this thing would have been, if you're shorting here, you gotta know this is low flow. This is a recipe for disaster. So you gotta cut the loss over the highs. Over the highs, it's a good short, right? If it doesn't reject, if it holds, if it supports, if it doesn't look like it's gonna go higher, you gotta get out. The worst thing you can do on this kind of situation is to add. To add would be just asking for disaster. So for me, I managed to avoid this thing. The main reason why is because it was low floater, and I didn't want to trade it. I had locates for it, but I didn't want to touch it because it was just a headache, and I didn't trade that. Um, that was this was one of them. The next one that went higher was exactly the same thing. It did the same thing. That's RHE. This thing did exactly similar thing. From this one is $1.20. It went all the way up into a hold at $16, and then same thing. They didn't have anything news. Halted with a drop and washed out. So this is kind of a sympathy play. The other one was going higher, so this was going higher as well. This was the play. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I live stream all of my trades, the in and out, what I'm thinking, when I go out. Not only me, I have a lot of great traders in my chat room as well. So if you want to jump in and join the chat room, I'll put the link down below, so you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it live. Now enjoy the actual live trading footage. Alright traders, welcome to the live trading part of my videos. As you guys can see, I am up, $800 on the day. I am short 900 shares of LOACW. Now that is the warrant for LOAC. LOAC, the stock, the equity itself, is actually in a downside hold. That's why I'm shorting here 900 shares of the warrant. So when the stock goes up, I use that as an indication the warrant price is going to go down as well, and I short the warrant price. So shorting means I want to make money as the stock price is going down. You can do that. The other one is long. So you buy it at the bottom, you sell at the top, and you make profit as the price is going higher. But you can also make profit as the stock price is going lower, which is exactly what I'm doing here, which is shorting. So LOAC, I'm holding 600 shares at the moment. I took in 300 shares profit. I took in more 300 shares. I'm only holding 300 shares out of the 900. So I covered in all of it right now, and I am up. This puts me up $937. My daily goal, as you guys know, is to come to the market and take my 1,000. I'm very close to hit my daily goal. So right now I'm relaxed. I'm just waiting for opportunities. I got back in again here, only 300 shares though, and if this gives me an add, I'll add. As you guys can see, I did add. I'm holding 600 shares of LOACW, and also 100 shares of TOTA and FLUX as well. Those are small shares. The main trade right here is LOACW. That's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm in 600 shares in. So I'm hoping this would put me over that $1,000 I'm looking for the day. Trading mainly is a patient game. You get into a position and you stay patient. So right now I took off TOTA. That puts me over $1,000. I'm $1,013 up. I added on FLUX as well, and I took off FLUX. That puts me $1,050. And right now I completely got out of LOACW, and that puts me up $1,100 on a day. And I'm sitting back down here and taking my profits. It was a very difficult day for a lot of people because some of the stocks, as we talked about before, they went crazy, and if you don't know how to manage risk, it could be very, very dangerous trading those ones. And I'm keeping an eye out for ACY as well here. As we discussed before, the SEC contacted the company, and the company say we have no idea why the stock price is going higher. Meaning, obviously someone is pushing it higher, and I don't know what the agenda of whoever is manipulating this. It's a clear sign it's being manipulated to go higher, because even the company themselves, they have no clue why the price is going up, why the price went from $2 all the way to $40. So I shorted MARPS here, and I'm holding. This puts me up about $1,200 area. So I'm just sitting down here and waiting for that. Anyway, guys, as you guys have seen, I finished the day up $2,085 on the day, which is pretty good. And thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And remember, there's a link down below for a free chat that I have on Discord, which you'll be able to see all of my trades, the emotions, and the ideas live as I am doing it. Thank you so much, guys. And I'm completely out of this position, and that's it for the day. we'll come back tomorrow and do it again.